Hey DJ Pitcher Mix, what's up? DJ Pix, like hold up. DJ Pitcher Mix, bam, what's up? What's going on with you? How you doing? How are you doing? This is my second live tonight. I don't know how many people gonna show up because it's getting late. Well, it's not real late, but a lot of people is going live tonight. So I'm trying to get my live out the way so I can jump on other people's chats and jump in other people's lives. Um, so if anybody is going live after me, make sure you put it down in the comments so I can check you out as well. But I just did a live on Housewives of Atlanta season 11 reunion part 3. So I just literally finished doing that like 15 minutes ago. I told everybody I was coming back 15 minutes later to do the season finale of Married to Medicine LA season 1 finale. It's over already, y'all. They only gave us 8 episodes. Can you believe that? It's like they just rushed right through the season. And again, like I said, they probably only gave us 8 episodes because, it's a spinoff from the Married to Medicine Atlanta, episode that's been on for about, I think they're on like season 5 or 6, something like that. But anyway, since it's a spinoff, they probably like, you know what, we're going to give y'all 8 episodes, see how it goes, see how the ratings go, and we'll take it from there. So, hopefully, the ratings were pretty good because I really did like that show. I really, really did enjoy Married to Medicine. LA. It was just, I like Married to Medicine Atlanta too. I really, really love that show too. But, it just gave us a different vibe, a different feel, a different tone, a different, LA, ATL. ATL, LA. Big difference. Big difference. 2 worlds apart. 2 worlds apart. So we got to see, how the people on the West Coast, how they deal in situations, trying to, be doctors and psychiatrists. Some of them are family medicine. Some of them was anesthesiologists, therapists, psychologists. So yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. So I'm hoping that, thank you so much. I'm doing good too. I'm hoping that they will come back for a season 2 and that the ratings were high enough since they only gave us 8 episodes. But, I'm hoping the ratings are high enough so they would bring it back for season 2. But, as far as season 1 finale go, we're going to get started on that. Looks like people slowly coming back in. But let me get to my right link right here. Okay. All right, here we go. Married to Medicine. This is the Married to Medicine season 1, episode 8. Also the finale of Married to Medicine LA, and it was titled A Bond That Will Never Be Broken. Now, in this episode, well, actually on last episode, we had saw how Imani, which is one of the psychiatrists on the show, and her hubby, who is actually one of the members from the old R&B group called Portrait. Any of y'all old heads out there, them 80s babies, them 90s babies, y'all know all about Portrait. And that was a really, really nice R&B group. But anyway, that's who her husband is. They're expecting a visit from Jasmine, which is her half-sister. Of course, she just calls her sister. But, just for the review, it's her half-sister by her dad. And her half-sister's nephew, Tyson. She's expecting a visit from them. Now, as we have seen over the last few episodes, her and Imani and her sister Jasmine, they've been having, relationship ever since they found out about each other a few years ago. But over the years, the only way they've been communicating was basically, talking on the phone or texting. So finally, like a couple of episodes ago, they decided to FaceTime. So once they FaceTime, it was like it just made it so much better. Um, their relationships start to grow. They start to get closer to each other. These girls did not grow up together due to their father. He wasn't really having nothing to do with Imani, really not having nothing to do with her mom. He started a whole new family, and Imani found her hubby. I mean, not found her hubby, but found her father. I think she said she found him on Facebook. She just happened to be, perusing Facebook. She was, wondering about her dad, wondering if maybe she could find some kind of contact information for him, and found him on Facebook. So she hit him up. Find out she has sisters and siblings, through her father. So she reached out to them, and basically over the last few years, they've been, getting to know each other over the phone, and have actually, started, having feelings toward each other like siblings should, like family should. Like they actually love each other. They never met each other in person, but they're sisters and they have like a connection. So, they had planned to meet up with each other. And so that's what happened this episode. Her sister Jasmine, she met her and they were at a restaurant. I can't remember the name of the restaurant, but they met at a restaurant, and you could just tell like they were so excited to meet each other. The love was there. It was like, I have a father who lives like, down south, and so we only get to see each other ever so often. But when him and my mother separated when I was younger, I didn't see him for a long, long time. I didn't know I had siblings. I didn't know I had brothers. I didn't know I had sisters through him until I got up in age, like around 12, 13. And I still didn't get to meet my siblings until I was actually grown. So I know exactly, how Imani and her sister Jasmine is feeling to find out they have a sister, once they're grown, and find out they have a sister that, all along they could have been cool with, could have been keeping in contact with. So when she saw her sister at the restaurant for the first time in person, I mean, they started crying, and I swear my eyes started, welling up with tears. I was holding them back. But, I totally understand, when I first met my sister, and I was like, oh my God. She was like, you look like Dad. I'm like, you look like Dad, But, it was really, really a special moment when I first met my sister as a grown woman. So I totally get, how they feel about each other and everything. But they didn't become really, really close. And when they were sitting around, after they left the restaurant, like the next day, Jasmine came over Imani's house to meet Imani's husband, to meet Imani's son, and her sister, she brought her son. They're like, same age almost. They look alike, like besides one being a little bit shorter and one having dreads and the other one having a little I don't know what the heck he had going on, a little high top kind of sort of going on, but you could tell they resemble. And even Imani and her sister Jasmine, their features, like, okay, Imani, she's like 6, I don't know her exact height, I want to say 6'3". She's really tall and kind of slender, not skinny, but she's on the slender. And her sister, she's a little thicker, shorter, and so their body built shape is not nowhere near the same. But their facial structure, their high cheekbones, their nose, I mean, everything, you could just tell they are related. And the boys, it's just crazy how their father, had them, and then they had their children. And it's like, even generations down, they sons, look, they have like the same striking features. So I thought that was really cool. But the sons, they was getting along pretty well. They both like to play video games. So, they was cool with each other. Imani's husband, although he has said a couple of episodes ago, I'm not too sure about you trying to rekindle or build a relationship with your dad, who you haven't seen since you were a young child, because of the fact when he left her mom, he was, on drugs and, had different things going on, that a parent probably wouldn't want around their child. So I can certainly understand why Imani, didn't see her father. It probably has something to do with her mom trying to protect her from getting hurt by her father, who was probably on drugs. And on her father's side, it's like he's out there. He can't, he can't take care of himself. He can't, probably didn't want to be around her either in that condition. I'm hoping, though, from what it seems like, and they really never exactly said it specifically, like that her father isn't on drugs anymore or nothing like that. But I'm kind of getting that vibe that he's no longer on drugs. But he has a really, really good relationship with his daughter Jasmine, which is Imani's little sister, basically because, she grew up with him and Imani didn't. But from, their dialogue and their exchange between each other, I think her father is no longer on drugs. He still hasn't responded to her in the way that she wanted when she had texted him, a few episodes back and say, "Hey, Dad, I really, really would like to meet you. We've been talking, for some time. I've been talking to my sister. I really would like to hook up with you and meet you." And her husband was like, "I don't know. I don't know about all that." Hey, Chastity Jones. I'm just reviewing Married to Medicine Season 1 finale, LA. Married to Medicine, LA. Matter of fact, let me change that in the title. Because I just put Married to Medicine in the title. I didn't put LA. But yes, this is Married to Medicine LA Season 1 finale that we're reviewing tonight. So if you watch the show or, got anything to say about the show, please, of course, feel free to put your input into the chat regarding the show. But I was just getting at how Imani's husband had told her, a few episodes ago that he wasn't too fond of her trying to meet up with her father after, they haven't seen each other since she was a very young child, since she was like, in grade school. And I had said last weekend, her mom and her husband both were against her rebuilding some kind of relationship with her father. But what I'm getting from her younger sister, who actually grew up with her dad, that he might not be the strung out person on drugs, the really, that had a lot of negativity around him when he was younger, when he left Imani's mom and left her. So I really don't understand why they are telling her basically to not try to build a relation. Her mom was like, if you expecting to have some kind of father-daughter, relationship, close relationship with your father, you might as well scrap that idea. And her husband, he's been saying, if you want to have a relationship with your father, I'm not really feeling that, because I don't want our children to get hurt. I don't want our children to get disappointed. I don't want, no negativity around our children. But she hasn't seen him since she was like in grade school. Imani's like 40-something years old now. Well, maybe about 38-ish. About 38 years old now. So, and again, from her sister, the dialogue she's been having with her little sister isn't making it seem like their dad has issues. As a matter of fact, what she actually said was, "You know what, Imani? I was really nervous to meet you, and I didn't know how to talk to you. I didn't know how to try to, create a sisterly bond and stuff like that with you. Hey, Eyes on K, how you doing? I'm just reviewing Married to Medicine LA season finale." But I was like, you know what? When her little sister, I don't know if you watched it, Eyes on K, but the season finale was really good. Her sister, well, Imani and her sister, they finally got to meet up in person, and it was so beautiful. They was crying and everything, and I'm up here like, oh, boo-hoo-hoo. I had little tears come out my eye. But overall, it was a great meeting. You can tell that they really, really, really care about each other, even if they didn't grow up together. And one thing I like that Imani's sister was saying, which I was just about to tell everybody else, was that when she was like, I really didn't know how to approach you when we meet, how to try to bond with you, try to build a relationship with you, since we didn't grow up together. And their father, he told the youngest daughter, the one who grew up with him, Jasmine, just be natural. Don't be nervous. Your sister, Imani, the one that he left years ago, left her and her mama years ago, she's just like you. And so her sister, Jasmine, she felt more comfortable and everything. And she was like, okay, when they met, it was like they truly, truly connected. Like, it was like a missing link in both of their lives, because they didn't grow up together and they're sisters. And they look alike. Besides one being, short and a little thick, little thick. And Imani being tall and, slender. And they still, they look, you can tell that they are related, that they're sisters. So I'm glad that their relationship is going well. And even though Imani's father, like remember a couple of episodes back, Imani's father, when Imani reached out to her father and said, I would really like to meet you. I would really like for you to either come here to me, I come there to you, and try to rebuild our relationship. She ain't seen him since she was in grade school. She's like, approaching 40 now, and she hasn't seen her father since grade school. And he was like, I gotta think about it. He didn't tell her no. He didn't tell her no. But he did say, I gotta think about it. But from what, hey, eyes okay. I know, nobody, they probably don't think you're being disrespectful or anything. But that was nice to say hello to everybody. I do that too when I go in somebody's live. I be like, hey host, whoever the host is, and what's up chat, what's up, everybody else. I do that too. But I'm getting the feeling that since he was so open to his daughters who's never met before, who didn't grow up before, with each other, and he was so pro them getting together, getting to know each other, create a bond, that hopefully, soon, he'll be like, okay, Imani, I want to meet. Because it's been a long time. It's been a long time coming. And there's plenty of people out there like Imani, like me, who didn't have the opportunity to grow with our father, and then years later, it's like, oh, hey, what's up, Pops? When we find out where each other is and everything, what's up? And try to build that bond with each other, try to create that bond, phone calls, text messages, then eventually meeting and everything. And my dad, he stayed down south. So I get down south every now and then, and he come up here every now and then. But we have some type of relationship that we didn't have when I was younger. So I totally sympathize and empathize with Imani, and her trying to build a relationship with her father. But again, at least her and her sister's relationship is going really, really well. One thing about, what's her name? Dr. Britton. Okay, now y'all know Dr. Britton is the one. She's an anesthesiologist. I can say it right. I might not always spell it right, but I can say it right. Every time I try to type that word, I'll be like, anesthesiologist. But she's an anesthesiologist, and she has a pretty good job there in LA. But her husband, he has been pressuring her. His name is Mac. And he has been pressuring her almost since the beginning of this season because of the simple fact that she had actually moved her family to Orlando for her to get a specific job. He actually works in real estate. So he can literally work anywhere he wants. Any city, any town. He can get a real estate job. He has his licenses. He would probably have to get a license in a new state to work in a new state, but basically, he has the kind of job where it probably wouldn't be too difficult for him to find a job. Her, on the other hand, as an anesthesiologist, she was making it seem like, in certain locations, it's not that many jobs available, or maybe not that many jobs that fit her schedule, fit her family, routine dynamics. Like, she wants to be able to work. I think like she wants her schedule to be like kind of like a 7 to 3, 9 to 5 ish kind of schedule. And so she found a job in Orlando, moved the family there, and then she found a job in Cali that was probably making more money, had better opportunities. So her and her husband discussed it. She moved to LA. He stayed in Orlando. Her job, on top of doing her regular job, was to find them a house. Now, the kind of house that they're trying to, well, I would say he's trying to get, may not be the same requirements that she has as far as the house that she wants to get. So basically, they've been bumping heads all season long. Every house that she finds, he's like, I don't like that. The pool ain't big enough. The backyard ain't big enough. It's not far enough out, from the city. And she doesn't want to stay far from the city because she works in LA. So he's trying to move like 30, 40, 50, 60 miles, like an hour or so away from the city because he doesn't want to be anywhere near the city. And all the houses that she's been finding, he just hasn't been happy with. So basically, like the last few episodes, he's been telling her, listen, listen, in my Rita voice, listen, you need to find something that I approve of, or you're going to have to come back home, come back to Orlando, quit your job. Now, why she, under these, basically, he's giving her an ultimatum. So, under these ultimatums, I don't really understand why she actually started looking for better jobs. Hold on, let me get a drink. Getting dry there. I don't understand why she started looking for another job. Now, the job that she found, she made it seem like it's the job of her dreams. Probably got better pay, maybe great hours, maybe more opportunities. But if your husband gave you these ultimatums, you still ain't found a house in LA that he approves of. I don't understand why she was applying for a different job. She's already been in LA for over a year. Still hasn't found a job. Her husband keeps giving her an ultimatum. Basically, they got a couple of kids. And he's been basically raising those kids for over a year by herself. It looks like sometimes she might fly home. Sometimes he might fly to LA, with the kids. But overall, he's been doing everything. Working and being a single parent, which is not something that you would be like rewarded for, you know what I'm saying? But that's probably not something they signed up for when they got married, when they got together. We living on, you on the West Coast, me on the East Coast, and one of us raising the kids while the other one is going after their dreams, So I get where he's coming from as far as he's saying, you know what, I don't want to do this too much further. I've been doing this with the kids by myself. They miss you. We miss you, But like I said, I don't understand with him being in real estate. Why hasn't he, okay, wouldn't this be so much easier if, okay, he's in real estate. He can work from anywhere. She's an anesthesiologist in LA. Wouldn't it have been easier if maybe perhaps their nice, big, huge, beautiful home that they have in Orlando, maybe have left it there, maybe rented it out, maybe even sold it, and go to LA with Dr. Britton, and they both look for homes together. Because it's like she's looking for these homes by herself, and almost every home, he's like, nope. Then he's giving her ultimatum, find a house or come home. Find a house or come home. He's in real estate. I don't know, it would just seem like he would have, um, they would have an easier time finding something, or him being in real estate, he would have an easier time, hey, I seen this house, go check this house out. Why you in LA? Go check this out. I don't understand why. I don't know why she's having such a hard time finding a job. I mean a home that's suitable to both of them. I really don't understand. But anyway, I think that would have probably seemed easier to me. I mean, I don't know. But what it seems like is to me, since they didn't go any of those routes, is that he probably really does not want to be in LA. You're in real estate. It just seems like he should be able to look online, hook up with some more realtors out of town, and find the perfect home, the perfect palace for all of them. But I don't know. I don't know what was going on. But anyway, he gave her the ultimatum. It's time for you to come back home. You ain't having no luck there. It's time for you to come back home. But then, as far as like Dr. Britton, Dr. Imani, remember the last event they had together? It was at Dr. Britton's house. It was a pool party at her house in her backyard. The house that her husband does not approve of, the one that she's been staying in for a year. And I think the house is really nice, but you know what? Her husband, they coming from Orlando. And keep in mind, Orlando properties down there, the cost of living is a lot lower than it is in LA. It is very expensive to live in LA. So the house that they have, basically, if they were to find a house in LA, same size, same layout, same square footage of, land around the house, like they house down there, I think they said it's like worth maybe $1 million or less or something like that. But basically, if they were to get the same house, same kind of, the same kind of house, size and everything, outskirts, land, everything, it would be like 5 times that much. Like 3, 4, 5 million. Because the house they got in Orlando, that mug is huge. It's a lakefront property. Where they have like a lake in the back of their house where they have boats and all that kind of stuff. They got like 3, 4, 5 acres around their house. The house is humongous. It's like it's like a mansion. They probably got like 6, 7 bedrooms. That house is huge. So, if they were to get a house like that in LA, they would go broke. Basically, they would go broke. So I get where the husband coming from. He kind of want to be in the same lifestyle as what they're in right now. But come on, it's y'all 2 kids. It seems like he should be able to at least try to meet Dr. Britton, halfway, and maybe scale it down a little bit into his requirements. But I think he's going to win this one. And as far as Dr. Britton, like I was saying, when she had the little get together, the last event they had, she was like the one who had the most success trying to get the ladies back to a peaceful place as possible, because some of the ladies have been getting into it, talking behind each other's back, accusing each other's husbands of cheating on each other, oh my God, when Imani when she alleged that Jasmine and her doctor husband with his own practice, when she alleged that their house looked like a drug dealer's house because it is like humongous and there was no furniture in there, and they had like 5 Bentleys, and it's just her and her husband. I think they had maybe 1 kid, if that, or 2 kids. I can't even remember them having any kids. I can't even remember. But she was like, that looked like a drug dealer's house. And so after that, a lot of them, they kind of was like not really getting along. Imani tried to have a little event, a rooftop event. It didn't work out. Jasmine, her event just phew. And so it was like when Dr. Britton had her event, her backyard pool event, it was like perfect. Everybody was getting along. She gave everybody gifts. I mean, they did a kumbaya, come to Jesus moment. And it seemed like everything was cool. So, Dr. Imani, she was thinking, you know what? I want to do something for the ladies. To show my appreciation to all the ladies, to show my appreciation for the ones that are in the medical field and the ones who are actually married to somebody in the medical field. And she wanted, it was like a black medical mixer type of thing for black physicians or black people in the medical field. It was called a medical mixer. That's what it was called. But it was for black people in the medical field. She just wanted to celebrate black people in the medical field. And this time, her event went off much, much better than the one that she had on the rooftop when Shanique and Asha got into it, because Shanique was alleging that Asha's husband was messing with his ex when he met Asha, that he was still fooling around with his ex when he had met Asha. And when they had got engaged and all that kind of stuff, he was actually engaged with his ex. So that's how them two kind of like, start bumping heads or whatnot. But anyway, the event that Dr. Imani threw, it went off without a hitch. It was beautiful. It was another rooftop event. It was more upscale though. Like everybody had to dress up, and the guys wore suits, like black suits and everything. The women dressed really, really nice. They had their beautiful gowns on and everything. They had expensive food, refreshments, desserts, drinks, overflowing everywhere, and it was really, really nice. And at the end, she gave like a really nice speech, recognizing all the ladies, recognizing all the people in the medical field, like black people, just kind of, recognizing the black people in the medical field world. And when she gave, when they gave like that, okay, that gift. Hey, the Bay Show, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in. We're just reviewing Married to Medicine LA season finale. But when they had gave her that gift, I was like, Asha, I was kind of like surprised. But Asha, she wanted to present a gift to Dr. Britton. And Dr. Britton used to be in the military. So they gave her like a dog tag. And, they had it, inscribed and everything like that. And I thought it was really, really, really sweet. But basically, they wanted to thank her because out of all the events that they had, and out of all the people that tried to get the ladies to come together and kumbaya and have a, Jesus moment or whatever, a come to Jesus moment, Dr. Britton did the best job. She did the best job. And I think that's why I like Dr. Britton, because, and I really hate that her husband gave her the ultimatum to go back to Orlando, because I really, really like her. I like her attitude. I like her demeanor. I like her spirit. I like her. I mean, she's just a really cool, down-to-earth, laid-back person, All of them other ones, they seem like really super bougie. And that's probably because they've been in LA longer than Dr. Britton. Dr. Britton is coming from Orlando. And before Orlando, I think, where did she live? Was it... I'm trying to think, was it Chicago or was that Asha? I can't remember where she lived before Orlando, but she's not as bougie and as uptight. Like when the rest of them are dressing to the nines and stuff, you can just tell Dr. Britton is not from LA, because she be all laid back with her clothes and everything while the rest of them is in stilettos and everything. I really like Dr. Britton. So I'm kind of hoping that since this was kind of, I believe, a test run, this spinoff to Married to Medicine Atlanta, I think this was like a test run since it was only 8 episodes. I'm really hoping that maybe Dr. Britton and her husband Mac might have found like a suitable place in LA before they start season 2, because I really, really would love to see Dr. Britton on the next season. Or maybe, who knows, maybe they might do a spinoff in Orlando, y'all. And have Dr. Britton on there. But yeah, Eyes on K, you said you love Imani. I do too. I loved Imani ever since the first episode. Just her whole demeanor. I mean, like they say, she commands attention when she walks through a room. And I said before, I think I said last episode when I did the review last week, I said, Imani, if she wasn't in medicine, I swear she could have been a model. I mean, just her build, her height. I mean, I don't know. I think she just be giving it to me. That bald haircut. Everybody can't wear no haircut and still look beautiful now. Everybody just can't do it. I'm sorry to say, but every woman cannot completely have a bald head and still look so beautiful. And she does. She looks so beautiful. And her husband, their relationship, their kids, she gives me all that. But yeah, I really, really like her. I like her. I think my favorites is Dr. Imani, Dr. Britton, and what's the other one? Dr. Noel, the family medicine doctor. Dr. Noel. Them is like my top three. Them is like my top three faves out of all the ladies. But, you know, as the season go on, who knows? Who knows? But I really, really hope that Dr. Britton can be in season 2. If not, again, who knows? Maybe they got Hip Hop Atlanta, New York, Atlanta, Hollywood, Miami. So who knows? They might do a Married to Medicine Orlando. Who knows? But yeah, so I'm just hoping that, you know, she all is well. But see, the thing is, when she was talking to her husband, she was like, okay, if I come back home, are you going to help me, you know, find another place? Are you going to help me, you know, find another job? Hey, Maurice, what's up? How you doing? What's going on? We just reviewing Married to Medicine LA season finale. Season 1 finale. You said you like Dr. Pepper. You so crazy. But yeah, I'm like, oh my God. It was like this episode was really great. I mean, it had its moments, but at the end, when they was on the rooftop and they was doing their speeches and all that kind of stuff, I was like, no, Dr. Britton, tell your husband you ain't going. But I mean, I get it. I get it. If the shoe was on the other foot and I was the wife and my husband was on the other side of the United States for over a year, and I'm at home with the kids, raising them by myself, I get it. But still, I still think that he had more than enough opportunities to try to help her to find a house a long time ago. And he has the means, and he's in real estate. He works in real estate. I'm not going to get that. I'm never going to get that. I'm never going to get why he couldn't help her find a house. Even if he is miles away, he's still, come on now. I know you got some contacts. But anywho. Shanique and Jocelyn, when they were out eating dinner, and Shanique was expressing, you know, how much of a workload she had with work and with being with their kids. And Shanique, she's also in real estate, but she's like a property manager, but to a lot of property and a lot of high-scale property, high-end property. Her husband, Robert, you know, he's a doctor, and he has a very, very busy schedule. She has a busy schedule, but she also deals with the kids primarily. So, they both technically have really busy schedules. But last week, when he had offended her, and I had said something about that, I was like, Robert, no, you didn't. He's up there working very long hours at the hospital, considering taking a position that is going to require more time from him And his wife is telling him, my schedule is full. I have to deal with the kids. Da 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 da. You aren't hardly there. You don't hardly spend time with the kids. And I got to do this and that. And he's like, well, shoot, if you can't handle what you got to do, then just quit. I was like, no, he didn't tell her to quit. When she's spending most of the time with the children and her work, and he's not spending as much time with the children and contemplating a position that requires more time from him, a bigger workload from him, and he tells her, just quit your job so you can stay home with the kids more often. I was like, no, he didn't. They did look disconnected. Eyes okay. But did you think that what he did in the last episode was truly sincere? Like, when he had, I thought it was really romantic. He made her his favorite meal. He's a cook. So he made her like this nice lasagna dinner, had the salads and all that. He had his daughter present her with flowers. He had their son, he was like the waiter of the evening. So, I thought it was really cute and really, romantic. And he was telling her, I apologize for offending you, for telling you, you should just quit and be home with the guy, as if your job that you've been working for 15 years don't mean nothing, because I'm a doctor and I make all this money. Thank you. Thank you. But I was like, ain't that messed up with him? He's a doctor, so I'm sure he makes more money than her. But she's also a property manager in LA, so I'm sure she makes good money too. And she's spending a lot of time with the kids. And he's like, okay, you need more free time or whatever, just quit. I can cover all the bills. I thought that was so messed up. Like, basically telling her, my job is way more important. I'm a doctor. We understand doctors are needed. But, the love that she has for her job is probably equally, to the love that he has at his job. And he ain't trying to quit. So, I thought that was kind of messed up. But, when later, when he did the romantic dinner and everything, I was like, oh, that's cute, that's nice. And he told her he was going to try to do better. I don't know if I believe that. Especially if he takes this new position, which is going to require more of him. I don't know. I don't know about that. Hey, blessings, Casey and Adika. How you doing? Thanks for tuning in to my review of Married to Medicine LA season finale. But I don't know. Do you think it was sincere, Eyes on K? I think he was just trying to pacify her. Me, honestly, I think he was just to pacify her. Like, after dinner, he was like, now, what I should do, or what I need to do, is go upstairs, undress, take a shower, and turn on sports, ESPN Sports, and watch some TV. She was like, huh? He was like, just playing. He was like, I'm just playing. But she was looking at him like, okay, you fed me this delicious lasagna. You playing with me? But yeah, he said he had to, after that little argument. He had to. He had to make up for it some type of way. But yeah, I think that next episode, or not next episode, but next season, I don't know. I somehow have a feeling. I somehow have a feeling that she either might go part-time on her job, or that they still might be arguing about, who spends more time at the house, who spends more time with the kids, or whatnot, or she's going to go part-time. I don't think she's going to quit her job, because it seems like she really, really loves her job, and she's been there for 15 years. Like me, personally, as far as when it comes to homemakers or housewives or something like that, I don't try to downplay those jobs as far as, being a housewife. But when you have school-age children, it seems like a housewife job does not really differ that much from a working woman job, because when you have children, a housewife might be able to be at home during the school hours, do laundry, do cooking, do cleaning, making lunches for the next day, whatever, picking up clothes from the cleaners, doing stuff like that. Whereas a working woman, she would have to do all that stuff after work, on the weekends, but you kind of doing like the same thing, when the kids are school age. Now it's different when the kids are babies, infants, toddlers, and they're not in school yet. Then of course they have a bigger workload. They chasing kids around the house, cleaning the house up after the kids, changing Pampers, all that kind of stuff. But in this case, I can't see her trying to stay home. Nope. While the kids is at school, nope. I couldn't do it. I need to get out the house. I need to have my life, have me some hobbies, have me a career, something. So I'm absolutely behind her 100%. So I hope they get on one accord, when it comes to his job and her job and their workloads. I hope they really, or maybe she can get a nanny. Remember when she was talking to Jocelyn? Jocelyn gave her this look like, you don't have a nanny? You doing all this, that, and the third? He's at the hospital all day, all night, and you don't have a nanny? So, maybe they'll find a nanny that they can trust to pick up some of the slack, so Shanique won't be so overwhelmed. But, who knows? We'll see. But as far as Asha and Dr. Noel, when they had met up for smoothies, I think they were jogging or running, or they was working out, and they had met up for smoothies and lunch. Not Doctor, but Asha, she actually got the part on Young and the Restless. After all, do y'all remember her doing the reading for that script? I was like, come on now, you need to put some more into that script. And even the man who was having to read the script, he said, could you just read it, a little more and put a little more in it, put a little more. And she was like, oh, he wants me to be the ghetto black girl and read this script because, trying to say that he was being stereotypical or something like that. I was like, you said, and he had to, yep, and she's like, ass, yep, sass. Dr. Noel with Asha, I guess I can believe that she got that part. After all, she was also on the other soaps, Days of Our Lives. And I don't watch soaps, so I have no idea who Asha is till I saw her on this series. Married to Medicine, LA. I don't know if some of y'all watch the soaps, but I'm like, who is this woman? Who is this woman, Harpo? I ain't never seen her in my, nowhere at all till I started watching this show. But obviously, evidently she's been on Days of Our Lives, which is one of the popular soaps. And then she also, well, you said she on Star now? Oh, hold up. Which character? Which character now? Because I be watching Star. You gotta tell me which one she is. Because I like I said, I don't recall seeing her anywhere. But then when I had looked her up on Wikipedia, she had, been on some shows. She's been on a few shows. She's been in a few commercials. She was, of course, on Days of Our Lives. She's, of course, on The Young and the Restless. And I was like, but the thing is, she looks like somebody I might have seen on a show, but I can't recall the show. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to check Star out. Because I've been doing reviews on that, and I don't recall seeing this lady. So I need to look her up and find out which character she was. You said Gigi's aunt that helped leak the video of Gigi. Gigi's aunt that helped leak the video of Gigi. Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look up that episode. It's just not. It's not coming to me. It's not coming to me. Maybe because I've been so focused on Cookie and Lucius and they kids and maybe that's why. And of course, Jamal and Dre and them. I guess probably because I've been too focused on the main characters in the show that I really wasn't paying attention to. But I'm gonna check that out. For real, I am. I'm gonna check that out. I'm gonna find out who she is on that show. But yeah, so she got the part on Days of Our on Young and the Restless, and she's sitting around talking to Noelle. Dr. Noelle. She's a family medicine doctor, and she was telling her, about how she and her husband is still trying to, have kids and everything, and how she thought she was pregnant, but Mother Nature showed up her head. Mother Nature came through and no pregnancy. She's still not pregnant. She wants to still get pregnant. But one thing I have to say about her is, like she was saying, once you get around the age of 40 years old, and try to become an actress or actor, this is really slim for a lot of people out there to get into that field around that age. So I give her props. I give her kudos for being able, because she's not like some big huge star, but still to be the age that she is and still be on some of these hot shows, I give her kudos for that. Because a lot of people around 30, 35, 40, they end up back working regular jobs just like the rest of us because nobody wants to put them on a script. So I give her, her kudos. You say, yay, Empire. Hey! I think that's like one of the favorite shows that people like me to review. Empire. And then Star. And then Housewives. And Married to Medicine. And and then after that it goes from there. But oh yeah, did y'all know that whatchamacallit came back on? The Braxton. So I'm about to be reviewing that again too. I gotta watch the last few episodes and probably review that show this weekend. But another thing, she was saying that her hubby, does it seem to y'all like her husband really into them having a baby? Like, she claims that he's really excited and everything, but every time we see him, he's like all nonchalant, like he's sitting in the bed just like, okay, what the doctor said we gotta do now. She's like, we gotta do it all the time. That's what you're just trying to use me. You're just like, she's just trying to use him for sex so they can have sex all the time. So I don't know. She's making it seem like he's really like excited and gung-ho about them having a baby. But just a few weeks ago, he was telling her, I don't think we ready. I don't think it's time. We need to save up more money and all this kind of stuff. But now she's trying to say, yeah, he's really excited. That's what she's telling Dr. Noelle. So I don't know if she's just exaggerating or something. But to me, it does not seem like he's anxious at all to have a baby. And you would think they would be because she's 39. She's 39. She keeps reiterating that to him. My clock is tick, 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 ticking. But of course, guys, they don't sometimes understand that. They don't understand our biological clock. Like, when you start getting 40, come on now. We either going to do it the normal way, or we either going to have to start taking all these other expensive alternative routes to trying to have a baby. So, hopefully she gets her baby, though. A lot more women are starting to want to have children, though, late in life rather than earlier. And again, they have alternatives. They might be really expensive, but there's a lot of different ways that you can become. Look at Gabrielle Union. Like Gabrielle, by the way, for y'all who don't know, Gabrielle Union is right here from my hometown, Omaha, Nebraska. She comes here a lot. She still has family here. We see her like from time to time. Every other year we have what we call Native Omaha Days, and it's a whole week, and it's called Native Omaha Days. And a lot of people who were born here, raised here, they come back. And this year is actually Native Omaha's days. So most likely we're gonna see her. She still has family here. She still got family that live in the hood. Okay, she be in the hood. Gabrielle Union and her hubby Dwayne. But yeah, they is cool. They real cool. But I was just saying, just like she just had a baby, she had to have a surrogate. So there's plenty of ways for women, over the age of 40, 50, and up to still have children. But Dr. Britton, as far as I was saying about her, again, I really hope that whatever her and her husband want, that they come to a mutual agreement where they live, where they stay, where she works, with the kids, with the home, and all that. Because, again, I don't know. I think it would be a bad move for Dr. Britton to just leave the show like that, because she was one of the cooler people on the cast. I mean, if you ask me, we all got different opinions of, the different characters on these shows, but I think she was, one of the cooler ones on the show. As far as next season, though, I would love to see Imani and her father rekindle their relationship. I know it's going to be hard. Again, I mentioned before how I didn't grow up with my dad. He stays clear down south. I stay up here in Nebraska. So we don't get to see each other all the time. But, that first meeting when we first met after years and years, and trying to create that bond and finding out I had sisters and I had siblings, I totally understand what Imani is going through right now. So I'm hoping next season that her father will agree to meet up with her like she asked, because he did tell her, I'm not sure, I don't know, and I get it. Even though he wants her to meet her sister and her siblings, and he approved it, he gave his blessings and everything for them to meet and have a relationship. I think he's going through what a lot of men go through when they abandon their children. They're just kind of scared. They kind of don't know what to say, don't know how to act, don't know how to make them first move. And when they first meet up, they just expecting, and it does happen, for the child to go off. Where was you? Why you left my mama? Why you wasn't there? You had another family? Why you didn't love me? All those questions and everything, that come up when you meet that estranged parent. So I'm hoping he'll get over that fear of meeting her, and they will meet in season 2. I really, really hope. I think that would make for a great season 2, seeing them two try to create that bond. But other than that, that's all I have for this episode. For this finale, Married to Medicine LA season 1 finale. If y'all missed my Housewives of Atlanta season 11 reunion part 3, I did that a little bit earlier, so make sure y'all check that out. And also, for those who do not know about my other channel with my sister Samantha, aka Sam, we have a collaboration channel, and it's called The Hood Table. D as in David, A, Hood, HOOD, Table, TABLE, The Hood Table. Please go over there. Some of y'all are already over there. Some of y'all have been supporting us on our videos, and I thank you. I appreciate you so much. Y'all know I've been on YouTube for a minute, but Samantha, my sister, she's only been on a few lives with me, for our Sisters from Another Mr. movie review segment. But she's finally agreed to the idea of us getting our own separate channel from my main channel, of us doing a collaboration reviews. And there's other things. We do reviews on TV shows, not TV shows, but movies, celebrities. We talk about all kind of stuff. It's The Hood Table. In the hood, You don't never know what you're going to see from day to day, hour to hour. So on the Hood Table, if you check out some of our videos, you'll see the way that the channel is going to go. You'll get a feeling of how the channel, is going to be. We might start on one topic, and then we'll be telling you hood stories. We'll be telling you what happened when we was younger, things that we've been through, just everyday life growing up in the hood. And technically speaking, if you've been to Omaha, Nebraska, it's like one big hood. It might be some better areas, some not so good areas, but it's one big hood. So we still technically still live in the hood. I consider where I live still in the hood where I live. But yeah, it's just, two sisters who grew up together. Oh, you heard our Booty Freaky Freddy story? That's a true story though. Like, for real. If you from Omaha, you know exactly who Booty Freaky Freddy is. And again, like I said in our review, I mean, not in our review, but yeah, that was the Us movie review that we was talking about. I had said I don't think I've ever seen him, but a lot of people that I grew up with have seen him. They know exactly what he looked like. I just don't think I've ever seen him. I thought I once did, and I ran for my life, but I don't know if that was him or not. But yeah, thank you, Eyes on K. But yeah, so yeah, please check that out. Make sure y'all hit the notification bell over there, so you can join us on our lives on the Hood Table channel. Samantha is out of town this week. She's going down south to spend time with her peeps. But next week we're going to be doing a live video on the Hood Table channel, and it's going to be the weekend of the 4th. So it'll be like Saturday evening. We'll come at you guys with a new video from the Hood Table. So basically, God willing, nothing happening out the ordinary, we will be with you guys every week like we have been doing, except for this week because she's out of town. But we'll be with y'all next week on the Hood Table, and it'll be basically like once a week on the Hood Table on the weekends. So again, please go over there and subscribe. Please support us on that channel. I really appreciate each and every one of you, and thank you all for tuning in tonight for both of my reviews that I did tonight. Housewives of Atlanta, if y'all didn't watch that, check that out. I did that earlier, and thanks for tuning in to this live as well. And in the meantime and in between time, you guys, stay safe, be blessed. Y'all know how we do. Primetime Squad, I'm out. Deuces. And you welcome Eyes on K. And thank you for tuning in.